E. Brown, what's up?
How you doing, Coach? Listen, I done told you about all that drinking, man. You got to cut that stuff out. You're too old for that now. And you got to cut that stuff out. Leave the cane juice. Get you some orange juice or some milk. Sit down and drink. And listen, now what I wanted to do, what I wanted to talk about, Coach, you were absolutely correct about Bissant. I think Bissant needs to prove his worth as a linebacker, as a player on the football team. I agree with you 100%. Well, let's talk about the Canes. Our first year, we realized that we were lacking the talent. And when I mean talent, I'm talking about the 4 and 5 stars, the dogs. We were lacking the talent in order to compete with some of the elite football teams. Now, Mario Cristobal addressed that. He addressed that, and he's addressed that in the last 3 years with the recruiting classes that he's gathered and he's put together. The second year, we realized that with the talent that he's accumulated, we realized that there was some coaching that needed to take place. The coaching needed to prepare the team for the game. The coaches needed to make good, sound decisions during the game, and the coaches needed to keep the team focused after the game in preparation for the next game. Now, this year, we need to create that environment. Now, the environment that we've had when we were the winning Canes, we had an environment where the team knew that they were going to win the game. The fans knew that our team was going to win the game. The haters knew that we were going to win the games. The bettors knew that we were going to win the games. And the fans of the other teams knew that we were going to win the game, no matter where it took place, home or away. That's the missing ingredient for the football team right now. We need to get in that environment where we know that we're the best and better team and that we are going to win no matter where we are, what the score is, who we're playing. We need to get there. We need to get to the point where we think that when we go into a game, every team that we play is a FAMU. Okay? We know that if we play FAMU, guess what? We're going to kick that butt. We know that if we play Bethune-Cookman, we're going to beat their butts. We need to get into that mindset and in that environment that where we are thinking about being the best, knowing that we're going to win because we've taken care of the recruits. We've taken care of some of the coaching issues. Now we need to create that environment. I want to listen to what you got to say about that, Coach.
You finished?
I just gave you an insidious, soliloquy. Just go ahead and comment on it.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. I was drawing up my plays. I was drawing my plays and stuff up because I was waiting for you to finish with all that pontificating. All that you said makes sense. However, I agree with you, and that's why I am a firm believer in this year creating the standard. Why do I keep bringing this up? I keep telling y'all, I was the first one to say 10-win minimum. I'm going to stand on that business. I had some other people tell me I was crazy. I was drinking. Coach, you gonna hurt your own feelings. Coach, you delusional. Coach, you gonna get disappointed. Coach, don't stress yourself out. Heck no. I'm with you. And this is the year to kick that back off. The moon and stars, I keep saying it seems like every show, the moon and stars are lined up through our schedule, through our talent acquisition, and everything else for us to start this off. And there's no excuses. I told you, I'm a Kane fan. I'm not a Kane fanatic. I want people to understand the difference. I'm not delusional. I'm not crazy. And I'm not a pain freak.
Sorry to interrupt you, Coach. I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir. I know this is your show, but see, you've already failed the first part of the test. You've already failed it. We cannot go into the season thinking that we're going to lose any games. When the Canes were winning, when we were in that environment where we knew we were going to win each and every game that we played, that we participated in, we always thought about a 12-0, 11-0, 10-0 season. We can't think about losing. We got to start here as fans. As the fans, we got to help these guys create that environment where they're thinking about winning and kicking butt every game. We can't go, well, I think we're going to win, lose 2 games. No. I'm going to stick by what I've said. My initial winning record for this year is that we're not going to lose a game on our schedule, and that's where everybody needs to get. We need to get there. We need to get our players there, because the players are listening to us. They're listening to you. They have a lot of respect for you. They're listening to us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
that. If they're thinking that you are thinking that they're going to lose a game, then when it comes to crunch time, they're going to lose the game. I want to get out of that mindset. I want to get out of the losing mindset. I want to get out of that mindset of the last 20 years. I want to get out of that mindset where we're thinking about losing. We're thinking about not winning. We're thinking about not going into a place like when we were winning. We went into Michigan. We got down by 21 points, and in the last quarter, we came back and won the game because everybody knew we were going to win that game.
So here's my thing.
That's the mindset.
Yeah. So hear me out. I get that. I do get that. But here's the difference between me, and I'm just saying, here's the difference between me and you guys. And I'm not trying to say anything different. I'm just simply saying that for me, I am coming from an analytical perspective, right? I'm not guessing. I'm using my experiences and my time coaching and looking at things, and that's how I come up with this number. I get what you're saying. You're not wrong. The fans can think that because I believe we have that this year. Can we go 12-0? We definitely can. If you're saying 10-2, 12-0 is definitely possible. It ain't like I'm saying we going 6-6 and saying, yeah, we could go 12-0 too. I think that's a very wide margin. However, I have to be consistent across all of the shows that I do when I speak. Just me, I'm saying I have to be even. I can't be hypocritical, and I have to call it like I said. I got to call balls and strikes. No Diddy, but I got to call strikes and hold up. I got to call the baseballs that go over the plate and the baseballs that don't go over the plate, if that makes sense. So what I'm saying is, yes, to your point, you're right. But there's a fine line right there for me where I have to dance as got to keep it fair and consistent, but I also got to temper my fandom, if that makes sense. And so that's why I said 10. Now, I will say this. With the acquisition of Damian Martinez, I'm at 11. I said that the other day. I'm not changing. I'm at 11. I'm at 11.
Okay.
With the acquisition of Damian Martinez, I'm at 11. And the only reason I felt that way because I wasn't sure about Mark Fletcher and his injury and his availability. So the running back room kind of was like, But then when we got Damian Martinez, I was feeling really good, feeling a lot better about the running back room. Not that the other guys can't do it, but let's call it what it is, right? We're talking about size. Those other guys are a little bit smaller. Yes, I know we got Jordan Lau coming in, but again, that would be fandom. If I be like, yeah, Jordan Lau, I haven't seen him do it yet. So Jordan Lau has a gang of potential, but he hasn't done it yet.
Yes, but listen, now look. Listen what has transpired with the team. The so-called media who claims and proclaims to know everything, they all now consider Miami's recruit classes and their that transfer portal thing. They consider Miami as the elite school that's participated in those two venues. Correct?
Yeah, because they listening to the coach. Now, they listening to me. They listening to me.
And also last year, if you notice, the talk not only included that the University of Miami was elite when it came to recruits, elite when it came to the transfer portal, But you started hearing them last year talking about the elite people that they added for the coaching positions.
Mm-hmm.
We started talking about the coaching positions. Now everybody now what you're hearing now is you're hearing a lot of expectations for winning and creating that environment for winning. You bring in some athletes who are promoting winning, who are all about thinking about winning, which transfers to the younger guys or the guys who've been here who hadn't grown accustomed to that. So we got to create that environment because hey, listen, I know people don't like to talk about the old Hurricanes, but I'm going to go there because, listen, I'm a Hurricane fan. When Jerome Brown stood at the microphone and he ordered his guys to walk out of that party because he knew that they were going to go and win a football game, that was the University of Miami. When the 2001 team went to I think it was Tempe, Arizona, with Clinton Portis and those boys, and they put a whooping on Nebraska, everybody knew we were going to win that game. That's the mindset. That's the environment that we need to be in.
I agree.
And I'm going to go there. I'm going to start it.
Yeah, we're going to start it right here with this right here, E. Brown.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
Back in the days, you went all the way back to Jerome Brown. I ain't mad at you. But here's what I will say. I'm with you. Got Shad in the back. All right, Shad. But here's what I'm going to say to you. I agree with you. But now in year 3, I had a talk. I'll leave him nameless because I don't know if you want to, but I had a talk with a member last night. And the member, in my opinion, was very hesitant because I think he's had some PTSD going on for the Hurricanes. You get hyped up, let down, right? Get your knees cut from under you. Hyped up, knees cut from under you. I told you, I'm in a little different. For the past 20 years, I've been a Cane fan, but I wasn't watching them. I've been coaching. I just didn't have time. Like, I watched the ticker, watched the highlight, that kind of stuff, but not invested like I am now since I started these shows. I'm not a pain freak. We got a coach for 10 years, 80 million, and Miami ain't paying all that bill. We paying it. You seen these prices? LV, let them know how much I pay for popcorn and a beer. How much you pay for parking? How much you pay for these tickets? It's astronomical, dog. And as a fan base, we got to hold them to a certain standard. We can't lose football games by not taking a knee. We can't lose to a Middle Tennessee State. We can't lose to the FIU. We can't lose to a La Tech. We can't lose those games. If another team is better, then so be it. But I can't lose football. I can't be a part of losing football games because you get paid $80 million to make those basic decisions. Those are Pop Warner decisions, bro. Huh? Those are high school decisions.
I can understand your argument about the losing. I can understand your argument about the losing. But you can't have this team now, this current team. You can't equate this current team with the team that went into Louisiana Tech and lost that game.
No. Hear me out. I'm not comparing the team. I'm talking about what you're talking about. The standard. I'm not comparing this team to that team. I'm talking about the standard for the University of Miami moving forward from this year forward. At least from this year to the next, we got 7 years left with this, 8 years left with this guy. So my thing is the standard. What I'm saying is we can't afford to lose to those teams anymore. We got that out of our system. All right, Mario, you've been here. It wasn't your team. Y'all blame Manny's guy, blah, 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 whatever. We lost a lot. We lost to Middle Tennessee. Didn't lose, got our butt whooped. We lose on a fumble to a game that was literally won. The referee had already said, here's your W, put that in your pocket and go home. We had to take it out of our pocket, walk it across the field, and hand it to Brent Key, the head coach at Georgia Tech. We can't do that anymore. The standard has to be set. Shout out to Fred in the building. He was the one I was speaking with. He says, Coach, I got more pride than I got shame. Go ahead and say it was me. Well, Fred, it was you. So there it is. But let me go ahead and push on. I got a couple of callers. You want to stay in the background? I know you like to stay in the background a little bit. Matter of fact, he might be asleep after Betty give him his
well, listen, I'll go in the background because when you start vacillating, when you start pontificating, when you start bloviating, then that's when I'm leaving the building. Okay? That's when I'm going to leave the building. When you start talking about these other teams, these other football teams, and what they're doing, no, these teams are behind us. Colorado is behind us. I mean, I listen to your shows on the Colorado show, but I can't call in and talk about a team that's not even on the same level with the University of Miami when it comes
to
fine. Where we're at. They are in the infancy stages of where we were at about 3 years ago.
I agree, but
they're still trying to get recruits and portal players. And you know what I think about the portal. I'm not going to go there tonight, but you know what I think about the portal.
Y'all put the scrub daddies in the chat. Scrub Hub. All the members put the scrub daddies in the chat for E Brown. Put E Brown and put the little scrub daddies up there because he thinks the portal is a scrub hub. But shout out to him. Vivian, how you doing? Been a minute. How you doing? Good to see you.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway,
right, I'm interested in listening to what Shad got to say. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, because I'll just say this to you. I know Nurse Betty got your medical cocktail ready. You'll be sleeping 5 minutes. I hear back there stirring it up, talking about that dang on E Brown. She grinding up your pills. Hey, you already told her. I don't like them gel caps, so she done took the gel caps and opened them up and dumped them in there, mix it around. Yeah. So
hey, as a matter of fact, I'm leaving choir rehearsal right now. I was singing in the choir right now. That's why my voice sounds a little hoarse. I sound a little hoarse because I was singing in the choir just now. Okay?
What you singing?
Soon and very soon. Little tenor going.
I'm gonna see the king. That what you were singing? Or you singing this little light of mine? This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. Yeah,
all right. Hey, listen. The last time somebody made fun of Jesus, he went running down the road on fire with butt naked.
I know.
Richard Pryor went running down the fire on the road butt naked when he started making fun. I don't want to see you doing that.
Well, I'm not making fun of Jesus. I'm making fun of you. That's all. It's a difference.